I had ordered the thing, and then I realized that I would not be available to see its implementation on Monday. And then I didn't want to be like Winston, who promises and fails. So I decided then let me do it earlier. But I take the point you are making. So I owe you and the rest of the team who were not available breakfast, and I would deliver.
Oh, I just want to say thank you. The boys enjoyed it, which is good. So, you don't have to bring a part two. It's fine.
Oh no, I will. Don't worry, I will. I will. But tell Winston that everything they had that day was from my house. We didn't buy anything from outside. It was all from the home.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
everything. The kinky, the shito and everything was from inside my house.
Oh, do you do it on commercial basis? Because that's something that you should get into. They describe the packaging, the food itself, and I thought you got it somewhere in Osu.
No,
Oh.
no, this is from, and that is why I needed to do, because my wife was traveling. Members of her team who work with her were also not going to be available on Monday, and so we had to do this on Thursday. So don't worry, I'll give you another evidence of what goes on in my house.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Well, maybe this weekend will be the end of the window that has been open for people to join my theater group. So if you're so interested and you haven't done what you need to do, just record yourself singing any song of your choice and send it to us at auditions@romanproductions.com, and we'll get in touch with you. The deadline is this week, so take the advantage now. Mavi, I am still smarting from the humiliation of the Black Stars' exit from AFCON 2022, and in particular, the loss to Comoros. I get flashbacks when it occurs to me that 30 years from now, someone in Comoros is going to sit down with his grandchildren and say to them, let me tell you of the glorious day for Comoros soccer. The year was 2022, and we made it to our very first AFCON in Cameroon. And guess what? We beat Ghana, the third most powerful soccer nation in Africa after Egypt and Cameroon. As expected, Ghanaians are venting their frustration at the shame. I am happy that we are upset by the shameful manner in which the Black Stars were booted out of Cameroon. Our indignation is good for Ghana because it means that we still care for our nation. But before we dismiss the Black Stars with our self-righteous indignation, I want us to pause and consider what I have to say this morning. We say that when a player dons the jersey of the national team, the Black Stars, he is representing all Ghanaians. What we do not say, and which is equally true, is that when a player dons the jersey of the Black Stars, he is reflecting Ghanaians. The behavior and conduct of the players and officials of the national team mirror the behavior and conduct of the people they are representing. So the performance of the Black Stars at AFCON 2022 does not only represent Ghana, but reflects Ghana and Ghanaians. We are the players and officials of the Black Stars. And so just as we think the players and officials have let us down, some of us are also letting the nation down. We may be no different from the players and officials. And so this morning, I want to shine light on 11 Ghanaians who have no right to criticize or condemn the Black Stars because they are no different. You see, there is something like the Black Stars syndrome, and many of us are guilty of it. But let's just take 11 Ghanaians who manifest this syndrome and therefore have no right to condemn the team. 1, if you do not take your work seriously enough and you do not put in a full day's work every day, then you have no right to blame the Black Stars for poor performance. Maybe if we monitor the work of Ghanaians in Ghana, we'll be shocked at how little work goes on. A lot of workers these days use their offices as places for them to attend to their social media and personal affairs. Such people have no right to condemn the players and officials who do not take the privilege of representing Ghana seriously enough. Your field of play is your office or your shop or your workshop or your consulting room? How is your performance there? 2, if you have ever taken any decision or any action based purely on tribal considerations or on family considerations, then you are one of the officials of the Black Stars, and so please keep quiet. We complain of the poor selection of some of the players into the national team. It is obvious that in some cases, the selection is not based on merit or the current form of the player, but on either personal affiliation or personal interest on some other grounds. Now, whenever we act purely on tribal grounds and not on merit, we, in a sense, engage in a selection that is not based on merit. And so we cannot complain about the poor selection of the officials of the national team. Number 3, if you have sidelined or victimized someone because you did not like that person or felt threatened by that person, then stop blaming the Black Stars. We know that the Black Stars does not always feature the best players Ghana can call on. Some players are either ignored or even when they are invited under pressure to camp, they are left on the bench just to, quote unquote, show them. So if in your office or wherever you have influence and authority, you have victimized or sidelined anyone for whatever reason, then you have no moral right to criticize what happens in the Black Stars. Number 4, if you have ever extorted or waited for someone to give you an inducement before performing your duty, then you manifest the Black Stars syndrome. So stop blaming the team. Number 5, if you have not made the most of your abilities and talents, and if you have not made the fullest contribution you are capable of making to Mother Ghana, then please stop blaming the players of the Black Stars. In the 3 matches the Black Stars played at the tournament, we can mention names of players who did not pull their weight, players who did not do the best they were capable of doing for Ghana. These players, however, are no different from the Ghanaians who are not making the most of their abilities and talents, and who are not making the kind of contribution to the development and progress of Ghana that they know they are capable of making. Such people have no right to point fingers at the Black Stars. Number 6, if you are killing yourself outside Ghana and doing excellent work for another country, but you will not even consider coming to Ghana to help, then please stop blaming the players of the Black Stars. A lot of Ghanaians get upset and bitter when they hear that a Ghanaian player plying his trade abroad has refused to honor an invitation to come down and play for the national team. Question: how different is that from the Ghanaian serving with everything in them abroad and who will not consider coming home to help? Number 7, which is related to number 6, if you have stayed abroad before and worked with more dedication and commitment than you do here in Ghana, then you are no different from the Black Star players. When Ghanaians are working abroad, they are stars. They work very well. When those same Ghanaians return home, they refuse to put in 100% effort. That is no different from the players who kill themselves for their European clubs, but do not do the same for the national team, the Black Stars. Number 8, if you are shoddy in your work and you make mistakes that make people think that Ghanaians are not that intelligent, then you are like a Black Star player. You suffer the Black Stars syndrome. So please let them be. Number 9, if you do not keep the bigger picture in mind, then please stop blaming the Black Stars. Our footballers forget the bigger picture when they don the jersey of the national team. But they are not the only Ghanaians who fail to see the bigger picture in their work in Ghana. Number 10, if you have ever thrown litter on the street or into the gutter and contributed to the filth in our cities in Ghana, then you are no different from the players and management committee members of the national team. The filth in our cities give foreigners cause to look down on Ghana, and it is no different from the poor performance of the national team causing us embarrassment. And finally, number 11, if you do not wish a fellow Ghanaian well, and if you do not support a fellow Ghanaian, then you are part of the Black Stars team. You suffer the Black Stars syndrome, so stop talking. Maybe the point I'm making this morning is that the Black Stars' poor or abysmal performance at AFCON 2022 is a syndrome. My question is, do you have that syndrome? Do you have the Black Stars syndrome? If you are letting the nation down in any way or form, then you are guilty of the syndrome. And if you are, then why do you expect another Ghanaian to do better for Ghana than you are doing? And Mama V, that is my presentation for this morning.
I love it, Uncle Ibu White. It's just got me thinking. I was taking notes and I was just ready to tick which one reflects what I do. I mean, we're just a reflection of what the Black Stars showcased to the continent.
They reflect us. And if we don't like what we saw, let's change ourselves and the team will be different.
Thank you, Uncle Ibu White. Thank you. Thank you for food
You're
for
welcome.
thoughts.